for any for and some ebo eba in some is in in some way they do it a tribunal court once and some right now. Afenyo can send an American or a penny ever invention with a coma a minority a leader Afenyo markets right now there. Yes, and they say a tribunal a court no. Yes, it's a bill na say I started a fast track BPI ever coconut na. Yes, who is against a tribunal court? I know what yes, I'm never me Pennsylvania and Peninsula. And Attorney General so Anthony Hoodie or sorry na oka in Sembia and you can say oka African market over before message Jumedi say Eddie Attorney General and common like Jumedi no Sherman Yanomensa and Kemi. Na subscribe to the channel and don't found supposed to send a political trending news the echo and the baby me a tour from my best of Namadi Abremo cause more and I'm yet my for that. Sanya na biguso a medi ehon nkomo kyeremo no attorney general sorry to be ma Afenyo market so kyerema kyerem bim se open so ne so wan pen so ne tribunal court ne de o ma pass awie ehon ehia ha de e ba se e be kyerekye ya adwen ne ehun de ekọ ne de e ba na onimobone ya wadi nti na on pese e be pass tribunal bill no that is already done na ono be the first person oba visit tribunal court na o kan sa no Parliament silence. Ubia AD. Abena Koko. Afenyo markets. Whoever was there, no Ubia AD. All because of what? Visit there. It could be say Obeko Aquacoshra Hokeke. It could be say Abi Obina Weko no Aquaco. It could be say Okosha. It could be say Abi Omobe Katano. Ubitimiako. No akoko jina hono makate iti ema omo adwene eyo omo bebre option for me person say mo bre me person me mo bra boso no Ghana Politics Avenue yen ene the latest news ebremo me do bi ase mo me nkoni nkoti Attorney General insem okay
nominated by
in other words Attorney General, what do you say to this? What do you say to the expression that he is indicating? So now we have two organizations.
Yes.
Which one will do the nomination?
Mr. Speaker, in legislative drafting, the singular includes the plural. So there's no need to add organizations to it. I think there was some debate within the committee with respect to whether we could use the language or the expression association of lawyers, because of the fact that it might imply that this is a reference to the GBA or the Ghana Bar Association, instead of a reference to a generic reference to the Association of Lawyers in the region. So that is why the committee proposed instead to use organization of lawyers. But I do agree that instead of organizations of lawyers, we should be using one, like an organization of lawyers.
Very well. So you are proposing that we delete the S?
That is so, Mr. Speaker.
Or we delete the organizations and then replace it with organizations?
Mr. Speaker, you and the chairman, you are both Cavendish-trained legislative drafting
You are
experts.
also part of the Cavendish-trained legislative drafters. We went to the school together with you. So the proposal is to delete organizations and insert organization. Yes, Chairman. Chairman.
It's working now. It's working now.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, the intendment is to choose one lawyer, whether there are 10 organizations or not. However, they come together to get a lawyer to represent. And so the reason we use a plural, even though we're mindful of the drafting, the Cavendish training you and I attended, Mr. Speaker. And so Mr. Ward-Brew has an association. I don't know whether it's dead or it's still around. Plus the other one, Mr. Speaker. And there's a newly created association, which we belong, Mr. Speaker, proudly.
I understand all those things, but the question is that from which association will do the nomination? Because there are two now.
Yes.
If the nominating authority, for instance, is Attorney General, we don't have a problem. We can only say that a lawyer with not less than 7 years standing as a lawyer, nominated by the Attorney General. But this one, you say it should be nominated by a body, and we have two. Which one will do the nomination? That is the issue being raised by Baba Jamal.
Yes.
Baba Jamal, is that not the issue?
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yes.
So it is either, Mr. Speaker, if I propose, it's either we make it an organization of lawyers, or we take that confusion away, because it's likely that there can be even another organization of lawyers.
Yes, if you make it organization of lawyers,
That's right.
which organization are we going to expect
So we can give it
to
to
do the nomination?
So we can give
So
it to the
there is some
Attorney General to
uncertainty
nominate.
there. Yes, Honorable Sosu, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to draw your attention to the fact that we don't just have two, because we also have Lawyers in Search of Democracy, which is also an association of lawyers. So I think that to avoid the confusion, we can...
And it's likely we will have lawyers who doesn't belong to any of the associations.
Exactly.
In line with the principle
we
established
even
by
have
the
Progressive
Supreme
Lawyers
Court
Association.
in the case of Ward Brew versus Ghana Bar Association.
Exactly. So I think we can reserve that to the Attorney General, so that we don't get involved into, which association a rep. So you still want a rep from an association.
Yes.
Yes. So it means that you can be in any of the association and be nominated to the yes.
Yes, Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, the intendment is that we want one person. We want one person, one representative.
Yes, the question, we agree on the intendment.
Yes.
Now, the issue that we have to address, and we need your help, is that we have so many associations. Maybe tomorrow I'll be forming one. Which of the association will do the nomination?
Mr. Speaker, the intendment is that those associations will come together and nominate. Those
Don't you see a difficulty there?
will come together
Please,
and
please,
nominate.
please, please. Yes, Honorable James Akarga.
So, Mr. Speaker, in order to cure the mischief ably identified by my brother Baba Jamal, let us further amend the word association to associations, and further amend to read as follows. So if you have associations, then they will do the nomination on a rotational basis, so that in a given year, if Ghana Law Society is called upon to do the nomination, subsequently, the lot would fall on GBA to nominate. That is the only way to cure the problem. The problem. So let's have association.
Honorable members, with all due respect, the Attorney General at every point is the leader of the bar, whether the Law Society, whether the Ghana Bar, or whether Ahia Force Lawyer Society. The leader at all those places is the Attorney General. So I propose that the rendition should be a lawyer with not less than 7 years standing as a lawyer nominated by the Attorney General. Yes?
Okay. No.
Mr. Speaker, the committee is supposed to represent interest groups. This is the policy underpinning. It is a committee that represents interest groups. The committee is also, I believe, at the regional level. So the idea is that the committee is composed of representatives of the Attorney General, of the Human Rights Commission, and of lawyers practicing in the region. That is the idea. Lawyers practicing in the region. Lawyers in good standing practicing in the region. That's the objective. So you have lawyers, you have the Human Rights Commission, and you have the AG's office. They constitute the oversight committee. The oversight committee is established at the regional level. Yes, the oversight committee is established at the regional level. So in each region, you want the committee to represent the AG, the Human Rights Commission, and then lawyers in good standing practicing in the region. That is what the objective is. So lawyers in good standing practicing in the region will then develop a convention by which they meet to choose their representative. So that it's not done on the basis of associations, but on the basis of lawyers who have registered and are practicing in the region. Yes, they belong to different associations, but we don't want to be enacting associations. We don't want to be enacting associations. In fact, the whole idea is to move away from the enactment of associations. So you don't say Ghana Bar Association. Then you have Progressive Lawyer Association coming to take you on and challenging and going to court and saying that the legislation is discriminatory because it recognizes one association to the exclusion of another association. So the idea is to have representatives of lawyers in the region. So let's craft it so that the rendition captures the intent that the tribunal is a three-legged entity, one leg representing Human Rights Commission in the region, one leg representing AG's office in the region, and one leg representing lawyers practicing in the region, lawyers of good standing practicing in the region. So let's find a way of crafting it to reflect that.
So your argument is sound, but it appears impracticable. Impracticable in the sense that we agree that the lawyer 7 years standing at the bar should be appointed from the region. But who nominates that person? That is what we are talking about. So if you don't want the Attorney General, let's come out with a proposal that leads to how those lawyers are nominated from the region. Yes, Majority Leader.
See, when you say association or organization of lawyers, how about if in the region they don't have an organization of lawyers? You see, but you will have lawyers practicing in the region. And what I believe will happen if we enact that lawyers practicing in the region, a convention will evolve where lawyers who know they practice in the region will convene themselves to nominate somebody. Otherwise, then let's go to the old rendition where there is an association that everybody knows as an association of lawyers, and then say that they should nominate.
Majority Leader, that will be vague. That will be vague. We need to give the power to nominate
Mr. Speaker.
To an entity.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Let me hear James Agalga.
So, Mr. Speaker, I can understand when the majority leader says we should not legislate on organizations. But the truth of the matter is that the Constitution itself allows for freedom of association. So that is a right which is already enshrined. And therefore, like it or not, the existence of organizations is something the Constitution already recognizes. And that is why I am saying that the real problem here is which of the associations. Now, we are allowed to have a multiplicity of associations, bar associations. That is why we now have Ghana Law Society, Ghana Bar Association, and World Bruce Association of Lawyers. So, how do you legislate to ensure that none of those associations or organizations enjoys a monopoly when it comes to the question of nominating lawyers for purposes of appointment? And that is why I propose that let us allow the organizations with S, the plural, to stand.
So,
And then,
in that case,
add
in
the
that
phrase,
case,
Mr.
for the
Speaker.
purposes of being nominated, you are compelled to belong to an association.
Well, Mr. Speaker, in this country, practically, do we have lawyers who don't belong to?
If you read the principle established in the case of what favor say aye, those against say no, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment to clause 44 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Now, honourable members, I'll put a question to clause 44 as variously amended in the absence of any further amendment. Yes, Honourable Baba Jamal.
Mr. Speaker, I'm looking at XXV, where the amendment that we adopted is a lawyer with not less than 7 years standing as a lawyer nominated by organizations of lawyers. Mr. Speaker,
Honourable Baba Jamal, we are in a learning curve.
Yes.
At the consideration stage, when a question is put
Yes.
on an amendment,
Yes.
and the amendment is carried, you can only propose a further amendment upon the leave of the Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. To seek your leave to reconsider that position.
Very well, you may go ahead.
So, Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that if by organizations of lawyers, if we say organizations of lawyers, what do we mean by organizations of lawyers? Should we say it's organization by an organization of lawyers, so that we are specific on it, by an organization of lawyers? But if you say organizations of lawyers, how does it define it? But if you say, yes, but when you say organizations of lawyers, we have different organizations of lawyers. So, but we are not yet in a situation where we have an umbrella for all organizations of lawyers in Ghana. We don't have that umbrella of organizations in Ghana.
Honourable members, it's a legitimate issue that he's raising, so let's listen to him.
Yes, so because now we have a situation where we have the Ghana GBA, and now we have the Society of Lawyers and other organizations. So if we can say...
Is it the Law Society of Ghana or Society of
Law
Lawyers?
Society of Ghana.
So pronounce it well. Ghana Bar Association.
Ghana
and
Bar
the law,
Association.
The political trending news there, the echo, and the eba, and the other penny, Bremo, a better for any tifo. Yankopon, on sure bibia, aha, and embrace so I'm quite set, men for Punsi, Macro bibia, las.